this specific vehicle.
Okay, well that doesn't give you the right to come lock her in.
Well, I just needed to run in a few things, and instead of parking way down there, I stopped right here.
Okay. Well, you created an issue, and now we're here. I'd like you to move
I
the car.
created the issue.
Yes, you did.
This is hilarious.
You could have parked anywhere, but you parked here.
Not because that's my house, and I'm trying to run some things that were in my vehicle into the house.
So if I blocked you in here and couldn't move and just
she
left.
ain't going anywhere. She's
You don't
already
know that.
said it.
What if she had a
I
medical
did
emergency?
know that. You said it, and she said it.
What if she had a medical emergency and had to drive to the hospital?
That's actually very possible because of my back issues.
So, right?
I haven't been
not
here
very
more
neighborly.
than 10 minutes. Are you kidding me?
It's not very neighborly.
Are you kidding me?
Not at all. So now you can move your car or I'll have it towed.
I was moving it.
Go ahead and do
I
it.
wasn't just here to unload some heavy stuff.
Go ahead and do it then. I'll call a tow truck right now. Go.
Why are you having the attitude with me?
Get in your car and move it now.
I am.
TikTok. You have exceeded my patience.
Okay, guys, so, this was Officer McGraw in the video, the guy officer. I don't know the female officer's name. I've had a few encounters with her, and, my encounters with her have always been positive. She seems to genuinely care about the community that she serves, as well as McGraw. So word on the street is that Amber... Now, nobody believes it, mind you. Amber is trying to say that McGraw coaxed me into getting the restraining order against her. I had my mind made up before he even responded to this phone call, because I am so tired of being a magnet for crazy people. And to top it all off, the icing on the cake is the fact that without the gun, I don't have protection if I encounter one that is just as bad as Justin, the guy that tried to kill me and John. So, yeah, the first thing that I would move to is a freaking restraining order. Because even though it's a fucking piece of paper, it prevents somebody from using my criminal record against me that I only agreed to because I didn't want to be paralyzed. And it literally is just a piece of paper that says, this person started the problem first, I wanted nothing to do with them. So, Henderson County is notorious for turning down restraining orders. I'm not the only person who's had an issue with that. That's another thing I want the feds to look into, is the safety concerns revolving people who end up needing restraining orders but do not get them. I only got it because she admitted to what she did, but I've had 2 failed restraining orders, and I've had a failed restraining order violation as well, and this has been going on with Henderson County for over 10 years. The woman that was stalking me that caused me to buy my Glock a long time ago, they did not give me the restraining order on her, and she was threatening to come to my house and all sorts of crazy things. So, the judges here are notorious for just not giving them out, and I sat there and listened to, when you have to sit in the courtroom and listen to the other cases before they call you, and I listened to a case where someone else had also filed, and they had the same court date as me, and basically their lives had been threatened. They were elderly. The HOA was the one involved. And the HOAs up here are pretty bad. And their home had been broken into multiple times. And they didn't feel safe. It was a lot worse than what I was currently dealing with. Not saying that I didn't believe that it could go that far, because it could have with the way she was. Because, her mentality was, how dare you not be friends with me? Everybody loves me. That was like, I think in 2016. So, this is a video of me. Her name is Amber Warren McCartney. And, this woman has also admitted to knowing details about her sister's murder. That used to be her sister's house, and Amy was a very nice woman. That was her sister. And from what I understand, from what I have heard, it's a small town, word gets around fast, is that the police found fentanyl in her wine. Now what Amber went and blabbed that the fentanyl was in her sister's food. And, we've all seen, She'd actually been parked behind me for hours before this video started. She wasn't a good liar. And she hauled off and admitted to one of my friends, I know I'm not supposed to stalk her through a third party, but contacted the building owner. So that was why I tried to have her violate on the restraining order, because she did violate it. And of course, Henderson County does what they do best, which is not protect anybody. Not saying that all officers are like that. Obviously, I'm trying to shine a light on the few that do. Amber trying to say that McGraw coaxed me into a restraining order, something I had my mind made up on before he responded to this call. First off, when he called her out on it and said, you created the issue, he was referencing that morning with the first video from the first phone call that she made about me sleeping in my car. He was referencing the fact that she told him she planned to be a problem. See, when you tell a police officer that you plan to be a problem, and there's clearly not an actual problem, but it's only up there in your head, which was in her case, that tells them that you plan to waste their time. And they don't like that. This is a town, and this is going to sound awful, but it's true. This is a town where when officers waste a phone call, waste time on a phone call like Amber calling the police on every little thing, there can be a drug addict overdosing across town. I'm sorry, but the drug problem is that bad here, and that is a legitimate concern. So, when wasting time can actually cost someone their life, in her case. So, she has actually decided to Airbnb the house, which is not a good idea. The house has been a meth lab for over 10 years, and it's actually illegal to rent it out or even live in it. They're supposed to be demolished because the chemicals created by meth labs, houses that were used as meth labs, they're the people most susceptible are infants, children, and elderly. It can kill people, it can make them sick, it can cause lifelong health problems. And I mean, judging by the only attitude I have seen from Amber, my only encounter with her has been this, along with the other two from that morning, thankfully, is that she is a very negative person. She will say anything to make herself look good. She will say anything to avoid making herself sound like a criminal, but she slips up sometimes, and somebody who grew up with a master manipulator, I catch on to things like that. With my autism, there's certain things I get and certain things I don't. When you tend to grow up with it, you can pick up on it easier versus what I told you about indirectness. So, this is a video that I am making for my YouTube channel. I had to make a different one for TikTok. I do not appreciate Amber slandering one of the few officers who does care about the community, and I'm sure other people that McGraw has looked after and doing his duty don't appreciate it either. There are very few officers within Hendersonville Police Department that care, and especially those of us out here who are homeless. We appreciate them, even though if we don't know who all of them are. And I will always try to bring recognition to a good officer, because that is what police reform is about. It's not about anti-police. It's about bringing basically, it's about getting rid of the bad officers that are causing a problem. And, so, this is, highly insulting, not only to me, and especially to a movement like mine, that represents police and justice system reform, where officers like this are the type that we want to see out with the community, where they can do their job, but show that they are human at the same time. He knew that I was not breaking any laws. I had permissions from all of the stores to be there. She's the one that called the building owner and created the issue with that. But once again, like I said, Henderson County doesn't care. by Henderson County, I am referencing all of those, say, the judges, the DA, the ones that are actually responsible for contributing to the non-safety of the community. That's not pointing finger at everyone. That's just me expressing a broad range of people across the board. So we don't appreciate this. It's it's distasteful. It's dishonest. Um, she didn't get her way. An officer called her out on acting like a bitch, basically. I mean, he can be a smart aleck, trust me. But he's a good guy. And he's a good officer. And so, does my car look like I can be coaxed into anything now? I mean, granted, yeah, Eric LaRoe did talk me into a false confession with bribing me to come home to my dogs in my car, but I'm pretty sure, I'm not doing that again, because the next time it's going to be kiss my ass. Okay? So, because I won't trust the cops to have my back the next time that happens, and I'm not in the wrong. So, after everything I've been through and everything that's written on my car, do I look like somebody who, in the future, would be coaxed by a cop? Even if I was talking to McGraw in the future in a similar situation, I would still tell him more respectfully than I would tell most, I'm not talking. And I don't appreciate her slanderous comments and accusations directed at one of the officers that does care about the community, which there are very few of. The community does not appreciate it. When I say community, I don't mean just homeless. I mean everybody. Everybody who knows this officer knows that he cares about protect and serve. And if they knew what she was saying about him, she'd be chased out of town. Okay, this is a small town. Everybody knows each other. So, I mean, my message to her, if she even saw this, would be back off. Because I will go into a courtroom if you come after his job, and I will state what I just said in a courtroom to protect that officer's job. And I'm not the only one who feels that way about this officer. So don't cry because you didn't get your way. Stop acting like a freaking child. Stop trying to rent out a house that can kill people. Our community was better off without you. You are not welcome here. You are a troublemaker. You are a busybody. And you need to go back to wherever you came from and stay there. We don't even want your Airbnb here, because your Airbnb will probably kill somebody's grandmother or a newlywed couple's infant.